a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy.
John Ritter. Jonathan Southworth Ritter was an American comic actor. He was a son of the singing cowboy star Tex Ritter and the father of actors Jason Ritter and Tyler Ritter. Ritter was known for playing Jack Tripper on the ABC sitcom Three's Company, for which he received a Primetime Emmy Award and a Golden Globe Award in 1984. He briefly reprised the role on the spin-off Three's a Crowd, which aired for one season. Ritter appeared in over 100 films and television series combined and performed on Broadway, with roles including It, Problem Child 2, and Bad Santa in 2003. In 2002, Don Knotts called Ritter the greatest physical comedian on the planet. His final roles include voicing the title character on the PBS children's program Clifford the Big Red Dog, for which he received 4 Daytime Emmy Award nominations, and as Paul Hennessy on the ABC sitcom 8 Simple Rules. Ritter experienced discomfort during a rehearsal for the latter on the afternoon of September 11, 2003, and died later that evening of an aortic dissection at the age of 54. Early life. Ritter was born at the Providence St. Joseph Medical Center in Burbank, California, on September 17, 1948. Ritter had a birth defect known as a coloboma in his right eye. His father, Tex Ritter, was a singing cowboy matinee star, and his mother, Dorothy Faye, was an actress. He had an older brother, Thomas Matthews. Tom Ritter attended Hollywood High School, where he was student body president. He attended the University of Southern California, and majored in psychology with plans to have a career in politics. He later changed his major to theater art, and attended the USC School of Dramatic Arts after the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. Ritter was a member of Phi Gamma Delta fraternity at USC. While still in college, Ritter traveled to the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and West Germany to perform in plays. Ritter graduated in 1971. Film and television. Ritter headlined several stage performances after his graduation from USC in 1970. His first TV acting experience was a campus revolutionary in the TV series Dan August, starring Burt Reynolds and future Three's Company co-star Norman Fell. Ritter made his film debut in the 1971 Disney film The Barefoot Executive. He made guest appearances on the television series Hawaii Five-0, MASH, and many others. He had a recurring role as the Reverend Matthew Fordwick on the drama series The Waltons, from October 1972 to December 1976. Since he was not a weekly cast member, he had time to pursue other roles, which he did until December 1976, when he left for a starring role in the hit ABC sitcom Three's Company in 1977. In 1978, Ritter played Ringo Starr's manager on the TV special Ringo. In 1982, Ritter provided the voice of Peter Dickinson in Flight of Dragons. Ritter became a household name playing struggling culinary student Jack Tripper, with 2 female roommates. Ritter co-starred opposite Joyce Jewett and Suzanne Summers. However, Summers left due to a contractual dispute in 1981. Jenna Lee Harrison, and then Priscilla Barnes filled Summers' role. Much of the comedy centered around Jack's pretending to be gay to keep the old-fashioned landlords appeased over the seemingly sordid living arrangements. The series spent several seasons near the top of the TV ratings in the US before ending in 1984. A year-long spin-off Three's a Crowd ensued, as the Jack Tripper character has a live-in girlfriend and runs his own bistro. The original series has been seen continuously in reruns, and is also available on DVD. During the run of Three's Company, Ritter also appeared in the films Hero at Large, Americathon, and They All Laughed. In 1986, he played the role of Dad in the music video for Graham Nash's song, Innocent Eyes, from the album of the same name. Hooperman was Ritter's first regular television role after Three's Company. Detective Harry Hooperman inherits a rundown apartment building and hires Susan Smith to run it. A relationship follows and Hooperman must juggle work, love, and the antics of Bijou the dog. In 1988, John was nominated for both an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe Award for his work on Hooperman. Ritter won a People's Choice Award for this role. In 1992-95, Ritter returned to television for 3 seasons as John Hartman, the aide to a U.S. Senator in Hearts Afire. This series starred Markie Post as Georgianne Latty, and Billy Bob Thornton as Billy Bob Davis. He also played Gary Lejeune, Roger Trampelmain in the production Noises Off in 1992. After his time on television, he appeared in a number of movies, most notably Problem Child and its first sequel. He played the lead role in Blake Edwards' 1989 film Skin Deep, appeared in the film version of Noises Off, rejoined Billy Bob Thornton in the Oscar-winning Sling Blade, co-starring with Andy Griffith, Rob Hedden's The Colony with Hal Linden, Stephen King's It, Danielle Steele's Heartbeat with Polly Draper, and It Came From the Sky in 1999 with Yasmin Bleeth. Ritter also made guest appearances on TV shows, such as Felicity, Ally McBeal, Scrubs, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and an episode of Law. John also provided the voice of the title character in the PBS animated children's show Clifford the Big Red Dog, a role for which he received 4 Emmy nominations. His final film was Stanley's Dinosaur Roundup, an animated direct-to-DVD film based on the television series, which was released posthumously. At the time of his death he was starring in 8 Simple Rules. Theatre. Ritter played Claude Picon in The Dinner Party at the Music Box Theatre on Broadway, which was written by Neil Simon. It ran for 364 performances. Ritter won the Theatre World Award in 2001 for his performance in that work. In 2003, Ritter made what was his final stage appearance in All About Eve's star-studded benefit for the Actors Fund of America, held at the Armanson Theatre. Personal life. In 1977, Ritter married actress Nancy Morgan, with whom he had 3 children, Jason, Carly, and Tyler. They divorced in 1996. He married actress Amy Yazbek on September 18, 1999, at the Murphy Theatre in Wilmington, Ohio. Their daughter was born on September 11, 1998, 1 year before they married. Yazbek played his love interest in the first 2 Problem Child movies. Yazbek also played Ritter's wife in 2 sitcom appearances. In 1991, both were guest stars on The Cosby Show, in which Yazbek played the in-labor wife of Ritter's basketball coach character. In 1996, Ritter guest starred on Yazbek's sitcom, Wings, as the estranged husband of Yazbek's character, Casey. Death. On September 11, 2003, Ritter fell ill while rehearsing for 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. He began sweating profusely and vomiting, and complained of having chest pains. He was taken across the street to the Providence St. Joseph Medical Center, by coincidence the same hospital where he was born. Physicians misdiagnosed Ritter and treated him for a heart attack. However, his condition worsened. Physicians then diagnosed Ritter with an aortic dissection, a tear in the aorta that grows. Ritter died during surgery to repair the dissection, 6 days before his 55th birthday. A private funeral was held on September 15, 2003, in Los Angeles, after which Ritter was interred at Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills Cemetery in the Hollywood Hills of Los Angeles. In 2008, Yazbek filed a $67 million wrongful death lawsuit against radiologist Matthew Lotish and cardiologist Joseph Lee. Yazbek accused Lee, who treated Ritter on the day of his death, of misdiagnosing his condition as a heart attack, and Lotish, who had given him a full-body scan 2 years earlier, of failing at that time to detect an enlargement of Ritter's aorta. In 2008, at the Los Angeles County Superior Court, the jury concluded that the doctors who treated Ritter the day he died were not negligent, and were not responsible for his death. According to court records, Ritter's family received more than $14 million in settlements, including $9.4 million from Providence Street Joseph Medical Center in Burbank, where he died. Response and legacy. Many of Ritter's co-workers expressed deep sorrow and heartbreak following the news of his death. Ritter's Three's Company co-star Suzanne Summers said, "I'm so sad for the family. We lost a good one, it was so unfinished." Zach Braff, who worked with Ritter on Scrubs, called Ritter a comic hero of his, and said he had approached series creator Bill Lawrence to get Ritter to play his TV dad. Katie Sagal testified in the wrongful death lawsuit, calling Ritter a funny man who was funny like nobody's business. His Three's Company co-star Joyce Stewart remarked he was impossible to forget and impossible not to love. 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter was later retitled 8 Simple Rules following Ritter's death, and continued for 1.5 more seasons until its cancellation in 2005. Ritter's character, Paul Hennessy, was said to have died after collapsing in a grocery store while buying milk. ABC aired the first 3 episodes of the show's second season that had been taped before his death, each of which was introduced by Katie Sagal. The remainder of the show dealt with the family trying to grapple with Paul's death. New male characters, played by James Garner and David Spade, were later added to the main cast as Ritter's replacement. Shortly before his death, Ritter had done a week-long taping with Hollywood Squares, which was aired as a tribute to him, introduced by Henry Winkler, the executive producer of the show and very close friend of Ritter's. 4 days after Ritter's death, Nick at Night ran an all-night Three's Company marathon dedicated to his memory. In 2004, Ritter was posthumously given an Emmy nomination for playing Paul Hennessy in 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter, but lost to Kelsey Grammer for playing the title character of Frasier. Upon accepting his trophy, Grammer's remarks included comments made in tribute and remembrance of Ritter. Ritter's final film, Bad Santa and Clifford's Really Big Movie, along with an episode of Scrubs and King of the Hill, were dedicated to his memory. On June 6, 2008, a mural of Ritter painted by Eloy Torres was dedicated at Hollywood High School. In March 2010, the Thoracic Aortic Disease Coalition, in partnership with Yazbek and the John Ritter Foundation, announced the creation of the Ritter Rules, which are life-saving reminders to recognize, treat, and prevent thoracic aortic dissection. The purpose of the JRF is to provide accurate information to the general public about the disease and its risk factors, provide support to individuals who have thoracic aortic disease or have lost a loved one to the disease, and improve the identification of individuals at risk for aortic dissections and the treatment of thoracic aortic disease through medical research. Yazbek worked with Diana M. Milovich, MD, PhD, at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston to establish the John Ritter Research Program in aortic and vascular diseases, with the goal of preventing premature deaths due to aortic dissection by identifying genetic mutations that predispose individuals to thoracic aortic aneurysms and dissections.
Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?